YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. And you may be wondering, Heir, why are you looking at playing a Bactria campaign? You're already in a Carthage campaign. Well, I wanted to play a Bactria campaign for fun, since it's the new free LC that's out there. If you all wanna, all you gotta do is just let Rome 2 update and restart the game in case you were playing it when it released or something. It should be there automatically. You don't need to download it or anything else. Well, I mean, it has to download, but you know what I mean. You don't have to go to the Steam store and buy it or anything. Bactria is added under the Successor Kingdoms. Basically, their bonuses are plus cultural conversion and a little bit of wealth from industrial and commerce buildings, and then you have a major diplomatic penalty versus nomad factions. And I'm going to go ahead and start this campaign. I have it on hard. Here's my settings in here. And we'll just go ahead and start the campaign. I've actually done this twice before, so feels like a little bit of deja vu here, because each time I've ended the first turn, it crashed. But then I just did a test, and twice in a row got it to go past the first turn, so no idea what was going on. Hopefully this will work. Of course, if you're watching it, guess what? It worked, so don't panic. I'll let you all listen to this guy.
Newfound independence risks their retribution from the west. The remaining eastern satrapies have little love for their overlord, however, and it may be prudent to wait until they declare their own sovereignties before moving to subjugate them yourself, as your illustrious forebear Alexander once did. However, it is important to maintain good relations with Arakosia to the south. Beware the rise of Parthia. Although they claim succession from the Persian Empire, they descend from the very barbarians who have terrorized the region for centuries. Gather your strength to push westward, and Bactria may yet reclaim the glory of Alexander's empire.
Alright, so we're supposed to get started by controlling 9 settlements, either by direct ownership or through satrapies and military allies. I'm going to go ahead and start researching down the military tree. Throw some farm buildings in here because we have no food. So I'm just going to expand these smaller cities to start off with. You start with 2 provinces, but you actually have the entire province under your control. So that ought to quickly give me a huge boost to food. Let me get started here. I'm going to put this spy into this army to help level her up. And I'm going to go into force march, and I'm going to take this army up to the north where we're at war with the Dahi. And I'm going to bring this army down here. So it looks like pretty well set. Put them into force march. Yeah, so I've got that stuff handled. I can't recruit because I've already done all my moves. That's pretty much all. Oh, let's get into diplomacy real quick. The Seleucids hate us. That's supposed to be that way. Parthia is kind of middle of the road towards us. Let's start with this Arakosia. They said to try and maintain good relations, so I'll try. So I'll throw a defensive alliance out there. Says it's a low chance, which seems weird since they like me. Okay, whatever. No idea why you don't want to deal with me.
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Parthia took a non-aggression pact.
No more. Your proposal is wise.
Let's see. Alright, let's try with them.
My friend.
See if we can get a trade agreement.
We are
They took that.
We have good reason to accept.
Let's try again with this faction and see what their deal is.
Are yours.
Why would you not want a defensive alliance?
First, though, the necessary burdens of diplomacy.
Here, take my money. Whatever, snobs. They tell me to have good relations, and you're not interested, so it ain't my fault. In any case, let's end the first turn here and hope it works, and then I'll explain what I'm doing. Oh, I can issue a province, or an edict in a province. Let's go to this poor province, and we'll issue bread and games here. Okay. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay, good. We didn't crash. For whatever reason why it was crashing. Let's hope that it doesn't do that. Fortunately, it crashed early on, though, and like not towards the end of me. It looks like the Araya have broken their alliance with the Seleucids. That's kind of good. Let's see if we can capitalize on that, since they're my next-door neighbor.
I will be a patient audience for your speech. Sure that
Let's see who they're enemies with. Media, Sardes, Quidri, and the Seleucids. Let's offer a defensive alliance. They say no, but they'll give me money for a non-aggression pact. Whatever, I'll take your money.
An excellent decision.
Better believe Heir will take your money. So let's see, Parthia we can't trade, but have a non-aggression pact. Arcosa, let's try again with
The
them.
pleasures of my household are yours.
Still don't want
I cannot
a defensive
accept your
alliance.
offer.
Let's try it one more
My
time,
head cautions me
and we'll
against
sweeten the
your
deal
clever
with a little bit of
words.
cash. There we go. Whatever.
I am sure
Can't say
your
I didn't
words
try.
carry a cargo of honesty.
Alright, so you all might be saying, Air, why in the world are you doing this Bactria campaign? Well, I decided, I play this game for fun a lot, like just playing my own campaign on my own time, and I don't record it. And I was thinking to myself, like, why don't I record it? I don't know why I don't record it. So I decided to record it, so here I am. Just figured that this would, figured that you all might like this, to have a little extra Total War footage. If you don't like it, you can let me know, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it. I mean, you all seem to be enjoying the Carthage campaign. I'm actually really enjoying the Carthage campaign, and that's why it was kind of hard for me to play this right now, because I actually enjoyed the Carthage campaign so much. Let's do this one because I get added textiles for trade to start with, so I'll spend my money there, and we'll go ahead and... I could potentially get ambushed here. Let's hope I don't. But I'm going to make the move all the way up here with this army. And then I'm going to garrison that army in Bactria. And we can take them off a forced march on the next turn. Looks like our food situation, of course, is already basically turned around. Let's use what little money we have left to just upgrade some of these buildings. And it looks like that's all we can do for now. Good. Alright. Don't think we had anybody level up either. Let's go ahead and end another turn. Yeah, so I just decided, you know what? Whenever I'm playing the game for fun, might as well be recording it. So basically, bottom line is, you all should be seeing a whole lot more Total War footage from me than you saw in the past.
Women had looked into the flame.
Alright, looks like this other tribe up here broke their... So let's see, they're a nomadic tribe. They broke their trade agreement with me, which is not surprising because I have a major diplomatic penalty. You can see... Holy cow! Minus 45, I'd say that's major. Wow, I'm never going to complain about the Barkid penalty anymore. Good grief. Wow, we're definitely going to be at war with all of those tribes. Alright, so we completed organized supply. Spy increased in rank. Let's take care of the spy here. She's embedded in this army. And we'll get her started. Let's see, what do we have? She adds wealth and public order, plus cultural influence too. That's pretty sweet. Let's add a cunning there. Let's take this army out of forced march and into a standard stance. Let's see what we can recruit. Just slingers and eastern spearmen in this province. I don't have any other units at the moment. Eastern spearmen are pretty crappy. I think I'm going to pick up a couple of slingers and a spearman just to bolster my numbers up a little to start with. This is just on the large unit settings too, not the huge unit settings. It'll run a little better if I do it this way. I can run it on the extreme, but this might help you all see the game even better still. I'm not really worried about docks at the moment, so I'm not going to go down that tree. I'm actually thinking about coming over to here and opening up the hoplite barracks. So the Bactrian unit tree or unit roster is very similar to the Seleucids. Some people think it's a direct copy, and I guess in some ways it is, but on this game, which factions aren't really a copy? I mean, if you take all the factions that are in the same culture, they're all pretty much copies of each other. So I don't know exactly what you're expecting. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just throwing out my opinion on that because people have put the opinions up on the forum that they think it's just too much of a copy. It's not really a copy of the Seleucids. The Seleucids have some elite infantry. Now, granted, they're not cost-effective, but the Seleucids do have elite infantry. The Bactrians don't have elite infantry. Well, that's cool. Stables. I'm going to have to build that in one of my provinces as well. So the Bactrians don't have elite infantry. They have good cavalry, not the best. They do have access to Indian elephants, which is going to make them... Wait, I haven't declared war on these guys? Dahi? I thought they hated me. Oh, they do hate me. I just haven't declared war on them. Well, that'll be changing. So yes, we'll make our first attack here. We're going to declare war on the Dahi, and their allies are Parthia, which is not very good because I put a non-aggression pact on Parthia. Maybe I shouldn't attack them first. Maybe I should go for Cath first. I wonder who those guys are all allied up with. Also Parthia. Well, one way or the other, Parthia's got to make a decision to either be my friend or be my enemy. So let's get it started. Declare war. And Parthia did join with these nomadic tribes. Whoa, stank. 6 horse archers. Good thing I have a lot of slingers. They have no infantry though. Young axes. Don't expect those guys are particularly powerful. And a whole bunch of tribesmen. A couple of archers. This should be pretty winnable, even though it says it's not. I've got 4 slingers. They ought to be able to dish out the damage, and those are eastern slingers too. So they're pretty decent by way of slingers. I've never figured out why Carthage can't recruit slingers like this. You have to rely on mercenary slingers, which aren't always real easy to come by. It's kind of frustrating too. So I really wish that Carthage had some more skirmishing power available to it in the campaign. But, oh well. Speaking of which, Carthage campaign will be back tomorrow, or today, depending on when you watch this and what time zone you live in. I'll be recording more of it. I'm excited to see what happens next there. And of course, this campaign will be, I think this one will be fun. Start deployment here. Some of you might be like, these guys are Hellenistic. They're not all that different than Carthage. Yeah, I know. They're not like hugely different than Carthage by means of the style of buildings and strategy and all that stuff, but they are pretty different in some ways. Obviously, I've already got more skirmish units here than I'm used to. So I don't know. We'll see. Let's give it a chance. Okay. Just gonna take these units into a... Oh, I got an Eastern Spearman put back here too. Let's add him into this group formation. Okay, let's start the fight. And I'm guessing these guys sallied out against me or something, because we're fighting on an open map, which was probably a good idea, to be honest. If they would have kept their horse archers in the city, would have been bad. If anything, depending on how aggressive the AI is, I can always just pike box and use my slingers to take down these horse archers. These lightly armored horse archers are easy prey for slingers. And those are Bactrian light. Or no? Bactrian Royal Cav. Steppe horse archers is what those are. It won't show me their stats because it's on hard. Let's see. So I've got to attack the AI. Since I have to attack, I'll just kind of move up within sling range. And I'm going to walk into range so as to not tire my guys unnecessarily, so I will fast forward. Let's just go ahead and move this cav up. Get those guys to walk. Yeah, so like I said, hopefully I'll be throwing a lot of stuff your way. I've played a little bit of Sparta campaign, a little bit of Macedon campaign, some of the others, just for fun. I haven't recorded any of it, but like I said, I mean, I figured I might as well just be recording this stuff since I'm playing it anyway, and I should be able to get more videos out to you. I hope you all are excited about it. I'm going to do the same thing with multiplayer. If I decide to get on here and play some multiplayer, I'll just record it and throw it up there for you all to watch. It may not be, you know, an official type commentary every time. Like if I'm just playing for fun, I may just record it. But I will definitely still do, you know, kind of some of the commentaries like you all are used to. Okay, we're getting closer here, so I'm going to drop it to where I can be a little more selective about the controls. Move my slingers into range of these steppe horse archers, which I'm guessing have the same range as my slingers. But again, I expect my slingers to do well in this fight. They seem to do well. Depends on the horse archer. Oh, yep, they outrange me. And one of my slingers just died right there. There are a lot of horse archers. I should have spread my slingers out a little wider too. Alright, I'm going to use my cav to push these guys back, give my slingers some free shots. They don't have any heavy cav. And they're firing flaming missiles there, which is a huge mistake. And their horse archers are going to start falling. Should be relatively rapid. I'm not going to use precise shot because it's just going to make my slingers tired. I'm just not sure that's what I want to do. My Bactrian light horse just nailed these steppe archers and even caught some of their steppe horse archers here. Steppe horse archers are going to be pretty crappy in a melee engagement. Check out this Bactrian royal cav charging down these archers. Those guys look cool. Awesome. Taking down some archers. Let's see if I can catch their horse archers. My light horse just got chewed up. I shouldn't have left them there. And I probably ought to be careful with my general, but just trying to take advantage of what I can here. That should have given my slingers what I needed, which was time to just start winning that skirmish engagement. So I'm going to go ahead and pull my general back. I really can't lose my cavalry. I'm going to spread them out really wide while I'm running away, so to hopefully avoid a little arrow fire. I am taking some damage. But the enemy units are under heavy missile fire from my slingers. And I assume it's going to be successful. These steppe horse archers are dropping like flies. Definitely a good thing that Bactria has access to skirmishers early on, because if they didn't, these nomadic horse factions would rip them up. I'll definitely try and recruit some more light horse too for catching archers and skirmishers. Seems like it'll be worth my while. Yeah, that worked out fantastic. Looks like we're in good shape here. It looks like Gamer Dudesters wanted to play. Love to, but I am recording some campaign. Say hi to YouTube. Gamer Dudesters got a cool channel. If y'all haven't checked out his channel, you should definitely go check it out. He puts up some good videos. Great Total War patron. Good player too. Alright, so let my slingers continue to take out these horse archers. Let's see, yeah, looks like my slingers definitely ripping these guys up. They've got a few steppe horse archers there. A few more there that just went down. Alright, so slingers definitely accomplished their mission, which I knew they would. No big surprise. There's Gamer Deuster and Hello. Yeah, like I said, go check out his channel if you haven't got the chance. I don't think you'll be disappointed. In fact, I'm sure you won't. I'm sure you'll like it. Okay, I'm going to use these Eastern Spearmen to come over here and try and intercept these guys coming around my flank. And then I'll just let my pikes stand in a defensive formation here up front and take this AI attack head on. These two slingers I'll target on their noble, steppe noble lancers. See if we can start weakening them. And I'm going to actually turn these two slingers too, because those guys are probably going to be causing just as many casualties to my own troops. Okay, now I'm into the flank of these steppe spearmen, and of course these steppe spearmen getting owned up front by my pikes, no surprise there. Enemy general getting taken down by my Eastern slingers. Eastern slingers have a decent armor piercing, not as good as javelins, but not bad. So there we go, pretty massive defeat of the enemy troops there. Looks like we'll gain our first captured province. Slingers doing fantastic there. Of course, they're firing against lightly armored units. Against lightly armored units, slingers are just absolutely deadly, and they fire faster than archers. So if you're going against light armor, slingers are superior. Archers, of course, have heavy shot, which is pretty helpful. But if I was going to go against an armored or a high hit point unit, personally, I still prefer to take javelins. I'm going to occupy this, just because javelins have an even bigger armor piercing attack. Oh look, they've already got a workshop here. Don't really need it though, so I'm going to tear it down and build something a little more useful to me. Alright, so we're in control of Amul. Parthia is right here, at least one of their cities, Nisa. And Raya... Can't remember if I have an alliance with Raya or not. Let's check it out.
Greetings, most excellent friend. Be at home and speak as you would.
They have a
before
defensive
your
alliance
own
with
hard
Parthia.
fought.
Let's see if we can negotiate a peace with Parthia.
Do not wander in like a desert beggar.
They want it.
If you
So we've negotiated peace with Parthia. And let's go back in here and add an
I will do you
offer.
the honor of listening to your
They
terms.
don't want a trade agreement. Non-aggression pact. None of that yet, but at least we negotiated peace. We'll start with that. So at least I won't have to worry about fighting them right off the bat. I'd really like to go up here and hit Cath up here. Finish it off first. And let's see if these guys are interested in a defensive alliance yet.
The most magnificent.
Nope. Okay. Well, I suppose that's about all we can do this turn. Except this army needs to be upgraded, or the general does. Let's see, we can put a household on here. Which? -1 to recover from wounds. That's the only thing I can put on him right now, it looks like. Or not. Won't let me put anything on there for some reason. I don't know if that's a glitch or what. It won't let me do it. You all saw me. I tried. Don't freak out. Take it easy on air. I'm gonna wait to upgrade to this Holosideros barracks, or however you say that. Of course, the stables would be awesome too, but I haven't researched it yet. And my food just bumped way up, which is good. I'll need that food early on here. So let's go ahead and end this turn. Getting a hold of a good food supply early on will help me build like later agora tree buildings and later military tree buildings, and also later town hall tree buildings. So that'll be helpful in general. Okay, so one of my spies just ranked, or my spy just ranked up, not one of them, the only one. And tempt and poison. I might do that. Get increased chances to tempt and poison. Let's go ahead and build a consecrated ground in this province since it's not Hellenistic yet. We're going to want to take out Cath relatively quickly, but I'd kind of like to get this province a little more under control. And I'm going to build an agora in Bactria. And I've got some more money left over, so I can upgrade this one and get 150 more wealth from industry. That one will give me 200 more wealth from subsistence, plus 10% wealth from all sources. Let's go ahead and upgrade that in Bactria. And it looks like we're good for there for now, so let's end this turn. By the end of the next turn, we'll be one step closer in Amul. They're going to hate me for a little while, and I don't have to stay there until it's completely pacified, but just want to get things going on the right track. And since I don't have to worry about Parthia hitting me with a counter punch here, we should be alright. But, I mean, they are definitely pretty upset. Plus 2 Eastern Spearmen, 1 Levy Pikemen, 3 Eastern Slingers. I'll go ahead and spend my money to upgrade that place. I've got plenty of food for the time being. I can build that whole Sodoros barracks, or however it's pronounced. Okay. Okay. I wonder what kind of army they have in Cath, and I wonder how good the Bactrians are at siege, because these guys are not going to be good at fighting in the streets, and slingers won't be much worth to me there either. Let's go ahead and end one more turn, see what happens. I'm curious how the Bactrians fare by means of siege warfare. Again, I'm saying this because Carthage is not all that fantastic at it. You have to do a lot of research to make them better, but a faction like Macedon, for instance, does pretty well at siege. Okay, apparently we have a bad omen in here. Let's see. It says, our people have become lustful and hedonistic, thinking only of pleasure and failing to give the gods the respect they deserve. So I can either put sanctions, which is not allowing them to carry on, sacrifice 100 bulls, or do nothing. We cannot allow our people to carry on like this. It is only a matter of time before the gods show signs of their displeasure. If east, the gods would restore their favor. Let's sacrifice. Sure, don't know why, but we'll do it. I'm going to secure promotion here. We can't do it there. And I might see if we can adopt this guy, just for the heck of it. Oh, takes a lot of money. Never mind. Not interested. Can I use the money for anything else right now? Yes, we can upgrade this agora and that town center. 6 food, 50 wealth from culture. Let's build an amphitheatron. Boost the public order. And then increase town there. Oh, I should have used that money to build a better consecrated ground. I can do it on the next turn. Amul ought to be coming pretty well under control pretty quickly, because I think that that's one of the things that Bactria is good at, which is spreading their Hellenic culture faster. So that ought to be helpful when moving forth and conquering. Let's see what happens here. Favored by the gods. So I get plus 10 wealth from agriculture and livestock and plus 3 growth per turn. That's not bad. So who's this alliance? Oh, these guys up here formed an alliance with the Masagate. What just happened? For some reason, it took me all the way over to Africa on the map. No idea why. It's coming way back over here. Yeah, so the Masagate are up here. So I'll probably have to have one army spreading north of the... What is this? Is this the... I'm going to feel stupid if I get it wrong, but I think that's the Caspian Sea. Yeah, we're going to have to spread north there. These guys are not a threat for now, and as long as we can maintain relations, that'll give us some buffer. Maybe even join an alliance with them later against the Seleucids. Okay, Bactria is good. We're good there. Let's take this consecrated ground and upgrade it. Wow, plus 60 wealth from culture, plus 2 security against agents. But really, I'd like to spread Hellenic culture even faster. But wow, that one's got a lot of good bonuses. Well, let's just go ahead and take this one. Spread the Hellenic culture and get it converted. We might be able to convert that temple over later. This place is not real happy with me. I wonder what it looks like. Yeah, it's going to revolt fairly quick. I'm going to have to stay there for just another turn or two. My other cities, though, are stable. I hate sitting around like this because it's just giving your enemies time to get stronger while you're not. So, kind of irritating. But, I mean, I don't really want to cause a revolt while I'm not there.
Has come for buns to be broken.
Alright, so we're about to be in a war with these guys. Because they just ended their non-aggression pact, so maybe we'll quit worrying about a mule and just march forward. Let's see, is this... Yeah, so if we take Cath, we'll own that whole province anyway. The real question is, can we take Cath? I've got a better barracks down here. What does that allow me to recruit? Better pikemen. Bactrian hillmen would be helpful, and eastern javelin men are brutal. How about we just use this army to go after Cath? So I've already got a few hillmen, which will make good flanking units. Let's recruit some pikemen. Probably 4 of those. Yeah, 4 will make a good stable center. Then a couple more slingers. I really need to get a stables built so I can train Cav. I have an unassigned skill to my spy. Let's take care of that. And let's see, so plus 8 wealth, plus 4 public order, plus 2 cultural influence. That might be helpful for converting these places. Alright. Let's see if Cath attacks me. I feel comfortable that I could probably beat them back. I'm guessing they're a nomadic faction and I have a lot of pikes, and AI is not real good about skirmishing, so I'd feel pretty comfortable about beating them back. Especially since I have a good number of slingers. Wouldn't feel so comfortable about sieging them out, because my units aren't really any good at fighting in the streets. The hillmen would be better at it, but still pretty crummy. So let's see, 3 slingers. So that would give me 3. I probably need at least 4 slingers. And let's get a couple of javelin men too, just in case maybe there's stuff coming useful for those. I'll have a pretty skirmish heavy army. Those eastern javelin have 45 missile attack and 10 armor piercing, so there's no reason to turn that down. So after a couple of turns I should have a decent little army to take forward there. Again, not going to be a real powerful fighting in the streets type army, but let's see, I don't know, it's pretty weak infantry though. I could use some more infantry. There we go, that'll make 6 pikes. What kind of mercenaries we have around here? Mercenary Bactrian light horse, mercenary hillmen. Whoa, look at the upkeep on those guys, 219 and 276. Not until we get some research finished, folks. Can't be paying that kind of upkeep. My food supply has gone down some, of that's just because I'm finishing these other buildings, which should be building my economy. My economy is pretty stable considering how few settlements I have, and that I have 2 decent-sized armies here. So definitely not upset with how much money I'm making at the moment. It's more than enough. We can expand here. And let's build a temple, yeah, we'll build a temple for, well, we could build a temple in this one later. Let's build this outskirts and just get some extra income. Looks like we're bringing that province under control relatively quick. Just need to finish training a couple hoplites and that army's ready to go.
At your command.
Could upgrade this one further, but I don't really have the food for it right now, so we should be fine there too. Okay, one more quick turn in. That'll finish our research as well on the better barracks, and that should give me access to maybe some, I don't know, some better hoplites and some maybe thorax swordsmen, which would be a somewhat helpful unit. I was thinking mostly that my armies would probably have a pike center, a sword or hillman flanks, and then a good cav and skirmish contingent. So what will this give me? Persian light archers, thorax pikemen, thorax swordsmen, and thurio spears. That would definitely be helpful, but it does throw up some public squalor, so I might wait just a little bit to build it. Need to keep our research going. Let's go in here. Training field, stables. So I'm going to go ahead and do the research to be able to build the stables, because the cav's going to be important to me in this faction. And this army, we can, let's see what happens if I take them out of Bactria. Still happy. Let's put them in a forced march and run towards Cath. Hopefully this army can get the job done. It is fairly substantial, so we're going to hope so. Let me just get this turn ended. I know I have a lot of money, but there's not really anything that needs to be done with it at the moment. I mean, I could probably go ahead and build this, but I'm going to wait until I get a little more public order in Bactria before I build that, because it's going to add some squalor. Though the units would be handy. Wouldn't mind having some swordsmen. Thorax swordsmen are not real strong, but if I build the right buildings and get them upgraded and get some chevrons on them, they'll be doing alright. Speaking of chevrons, we need to get... we're going to stop the adoption of this guy since I have plenty of money. Brothers of Xenophon. So my main army here has the plague, which is a good thing we're using these guys. Let's recruit a champion. So +2 replenishment, -4 upkeep, that's not bad. +5 ending enemy agents in self-defense, +3 line of sight, +4 discovering. Let's go ahead and go with this guy here who gives the minus upkeep. I'll include him into that army in the next turn. I'm going to take these guys out of forced march at this point because we're pretty close to the border. Don't want to get ambushed. Okay. Again, nothing else we need to build at the moment. Let's go ahead and end the turn. Oh, we got an unassigned skill for this champion. +1 cunning. Let's go with +1 authority. And let's go with +1 zeal here. I wonder if we can put that household. No, for some reason the witch is glitched. The glitch witch. Glitchy witchy. Alright. I just want to go ahead and take Cath, and then I'll probably end this episode. Parthia wants a non-aggression pact, and they want me to pay them. I'll do that, because I have enough money. Hopefully they're not too unreliable. I didn't even look over at their demeanor. And now look who wants a defensive alliance. It says they're treacherous, which is her reliability. Higher the chance it will turn against its allies if given the opportunity. Be wary of your unreliable allies. Watch your back. I don't really need all this extra money right now, so I'm going to try it. I understand that they're treacherous. If that comes back to bite me, obviously I take full responsibility, but I'd love to have a southern border that I don't have to worry about. So we'll see if maybe they feel less treacherous in the future. Hopefully they do. These guys are taking attrition from plague. Hopefully they'll be better on the next turn. Hang in there, guys. Just plaguing out a little. It's no big deal. This is for my spy, so I can get +10 evading, even more manipulation for tempt and poison. Poison provisions. Let's go ahead and put the added campaign map movement range. Let's do some military training here. And then, well, we'll declare war on the next turn. Is there anything worth building? I could probably go ahead and build this barracks. 150, so I already have 100 wealth from industry, so that one gives me 50 more wealth and minus construction cost. That one gives me +5 to wealth and plus wealth from commerce. Let's go with that one. Okay. And end the turn again. I can't believe I didn't have a negative outcome earlier on that deal where I had to go into my faction screen, because it seems like every time I pick something I end up being wrong. Who knows? You'll notice how much shorter the turns are at the start of campaign. I'm having like big, long, crazy turns in the Carthage campaign, and to be quite honest, it's fun. I like it. Alright, one more technology and I'll have the ability to build stables. Alright, let's declare war on these punks. The Misagate will most likely join. They did. And these guys have a gigantic horse archer spam. Wow, that is a lot of horse archers. They have a bunch of spearmen and foot archers too. I think assaulting the city is madness. If I assault it, I'm going to get shot to bits. I just don't see that going well. I'm going to need to fight these guys on open grounds where maybe my javelins and slingers can actually accomplish something, and they will probably waste some of their ammo on my pikemen. So I'm going to take some attrition, but they only have 3 turns to surrender. So I'm just going to continue the siege. And hopefully they'll just sally right out against me on the end of this turn. They probably will, since they seem to have like a big auto-resolve bonus against me. Wow, that is making me really wish that I had some cav. Mercenary, I don't know what one light horse would do me any good or not. I'll just keep him for like a turn or so and then see what happens. I could hire some of my own horse archers for like 1 turn too and then just band them. Let's do that. And I'll get rid of them because it's, you can see it's eating into my economy over the long run, but we'll hire them just for now, just to give me a little more flexibility in that army. Because, I mean, that is a lot of horse archers. That's an obscene amount of horse archers. And the Misagate are coming, so these guys no doubt intend to double team me. Plus, I'm taking attrition. This is bad. Come on, come out against me. I hope you're using your agent right now trying to kill my general. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I hope they don't kill my general, though. Please don't kill my general. Please? They killed my general. Good grief. Why is it so easy to hurt my general? It's ridiculous. Having an agent in your army ought to make that a lot harder. Whatever. Here comes their horse archer spams. This is actually probably... I really needed my general too, because that was the only strong cav unit I had. Whatever. Bring it. My slingers are going to ravage your horse archers, and I will laugh. And I'll keep my javelin men in reserve, just in case they're needed later on. Because those eastern javelin men pack a pretty good wallop. Wow. Air versus the spam. The steppe spam. Ha! I can hill camp too. That's going to be pretty funny. Red lines right up here, but yeah, you better believe I'm going to camp the crap out of this. That's what you get for killing my general. Stinking homers. Yeah, I got plenty of pikes. And I'll just put these guys in the back. Okay. Flaming shot, heavy shot. I don't think I'm gonna use heavy shot because I'll be fighting mostly against other horse archers. Let's go ahead and start the battle. I'm going to keep a front perspective, meaning I'm going to be looking at my army from the front, because if I go up on top of this hill, it takes my camera like right down over the top of my men where it's hard for me to control the battle. So I'm not using a debug camera. Here comes the massive horse archer spam
Enemy reinforcements approaching.
of the steppe tribe, so I'll let them move up. Good heavens, that's a lot of horse archers. Here's their young axes. Don't expect those guys to be living too long. My slingers have a fantastic position up on that hill. Unfortunately, I don't think this is like Rome 1. I don't think you get an extended range from being on a hill, which is kind of unfortunate. I think to some degree you should get an extended range, but I don't know, maybe that just leads to more hill camping. I have no idea. And I'm gonna... No, I don't want my javelin men over there. I'm gonna run some of my hillmen to the flanks.
My lord! Swift and accurate!
Okay, looks like the AI is running to my flank. That's a good idea. Look at all those horse archers.
Our general is under attack.
I can just turn my slingers as needed. Yeah, my slingers are mowing these guys down. It's gonna be a weird angle for my slingers though. Hopefully they can get hits because they're like fighting down a mountain. AI is using flaming missiles. I'm gonna move my light horse away from that. I'll just spread this Bactria and Hillman way out and let them waste some ammo while I kill some of their other horse archers. Okay, my own horse archers. Okay, I got one of their units of horse archers there, taking down plenty of others. Just gonna have to be a little bit patient here. These guys are standing outside of range for some reason, which is fine. I've got no answer to them at the moment. But up front, my slingers are doing a fantastic job of mowing down all these horse archers. My horse archers here are getting some of their own. So we're doing fine there. Yeah, we're going to be able to pull this off just fine, I think. I mean, I'm under missile fire, but the AI is not... It's using a lot of flaming missiles. It's firing from a poor position. This is not going to work out well for them. And again, against these lightly armored units, my slingers are going to dominate. Pretty much no question. Got some young axes coming up. I'll just let them get... Whoa, look at those guys get mowed down by my slingers. 50 of them got killed on that first volley. Here comes the second volley. Those guys are gone. Horse archers gone all across the front lines. Over here. How come these guys aren't gone? Get rid of them. Okay, these guys are pushing my flank now. I'm gonna bring my slingers up here and let them take them out. If they weren't using flaming arrows, I'd be a little quicker to save my general, but since they're using flaming arrows, I'm just gonna let them keep wasting their ammo. Okay, my horse archers taking out some units. Those horse archers were worth it. Now I've got these slingers on the hill here. They're gonna have a good position for taking out those horse archers down below. Oh, hill camping. Truly the way of the noob. Or the way of someone who wants to screw the AI. Look at all these horse archers blobbed up. Those guys are going to make perfect targets for all my slingers. They'll start dropping really quick. Let's see what else we got. Okay, the rest of their troops are falling on the front lines. I'm going to move those horse archers up even closer and get some better shots. Yeah, check this out. We've already thrashed a couple of the units of steppe horse archers there. And with those guys using flaming mode, they're just not going to cause the amount of damage they need. There's some steppe noble lancers up here within range too.
Horse archers!
Like we got a point blank horse archer fight going here. I'm going to switch to heavy shot real quick. Take some point blank shots with it. Not super necessary since these guys are lightly armored, but hey, I'll take the increased missile damage. It actually is taking down their guys relatively quickly. My general's just sitting here getting shot with flaming arrows, and I'm just allowing him to be shot. The computer is firing into the shield flank of my hoplite, and again, using flaming arrows, which is a mistake.
The enemy general is dead.
Okay. AI is going to be in rough shape at this point. Enemy general's dead. My slingers are dominating their horse archers. Yep. So light horse archers, not an appropriate unit fighting against... Oh, quit wasting your ammo, guys. I want to say I saw a bunch of foot archers here, tribesmen.
At the ready! Fill the skies!
Okay.
Slingers!
I'm going to bring these slingers over here, and I'm going to take these horse archers and start harassing this infantry body over here. Ooh. That's a bunch of unescorted step archers. I'm actually going to come down here. I'm going to put my guys back into standard shot.
Horse archers!
And I'm going to run down these step archers. I don't think they're supported. I hope they're not.
Horse archers! Ready! Loose!
Continue to use my slingers against these horse archers. Maybe I can run these guys down with my light cav real quick. And it looks like these foot archers are going to be undefended. Got a quick charge there.
Horse archers!
Got a good quick charge there. These are just horse archers though. They'll take some damage in melee combat with these units. But since they're unsupported, I will win. Okay, my light cav did chase off their horse archers, but it's time for me to get out of there. Let's keep my general back, because I want to keep him alive.
Horse archers!
I actually lost one of my horse archers in that fight. I'm going to bring these guys over and attack there.
Bactrian hillmen!
I'm going to take my hillmen into these tribesmen. I actually think my my hillmen will do fine in this fight because tribesmen are such a weak unit. My guys have armored piercing attack, not that these guys have any armor, but I should have a better attack in general. Pretty awesome watching my axe units take these guys out. Here's the top of Mount Air. My guys fighting back the nomadic forces, and that's going to be the victory for us. So that should leave us in a position to take Cath, completely defeating their horse archer spams. That actually would have been a much harder fight for me to win in the city, which is why I sieged them out and took the risk of taking losses to siege. It actually didn't turn out that bad, like how many losses I took for besieging. So, well worth it. Again, some factions are better than others. It's a heroic victory. We're going to kill the captives, of course. And of course my general was either wounded or killed, so I've got to pick a new unit. Oh wow, we can have Hellenic cataphracts. Hellenic cataphracts, not bad. They're kind of slow though. Bactrian Royal Cav. Hellenic cataphracts, 35, 32, 35, 32, 76, 28, 9. 76, 28, 91, 25, 70. So they have better armor and health. I'll take them. Let's see. So this guy is the member of the royal family. Plus 10 chance of wounding enemy agents in self-defense. That's pretty much worth it. What does this guy have? Yeah. Seen better. Plus 2 Eastern culture. You can stay at home. Yeah, we're going to take this guy. Maybe he'll live. That'd be amazing. Alright. Well, we should be able to take control of Cath here. Let's auto-resolve that. And it looks like indeed we are successful. So we've now at least knocked out a couple of the nomadic factions that threatened our north. Though we still have many more to go. Occupy. Destroyed that faction. I'm going to disband these units that I no longer need. I think I just upgraded them. That was pretty smart. Wasted my money then to turn around and disband them. You can see how much that drove my income up. So definitely worth it for a short run. Let's dismantle these buildings in Cath and get ready to convert it all over. We've already got a temple in Amul, so we won't need to build another one in Cath. Anyway, hope you all are enjoying the Bactria campaign so far. I'm enjoying it. A little different than the Carthage campaign for a start, taking on horse archer spams rather than like javelin spams, I guess. Check that out. Yeah, the Mesagate are in a raiding stance in my province down here. Not in a raiding stance, they're in a forced march. That's okay, I have defenders here. Well, in any case, like I said, HeirofCarthage signing out for now.